Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
A 7.1 earthquake has hit California just one day after another earthquake, which is now being described as a foreshock, and dozens of aftershocks. The latest earthquake reportedly originated in the same desert area of California between Los Angeles and Las Vegas and could be felt as far away as Las Vegas. It was just yesterday that a rolling 6.4 magnitude earthquake hit, which was the most powerful quake in that region in 2 decades.
Making sure that nothing is going to come down in the studio here.
And it is going for quite a bit, everybody. It continues
this is a very strong earthquake.
Pretty strong here.
8:21 here on the air. We're experiencing very strong shaking. Wow. I think we need to get under the desk.
All right, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back after this. Wow.
Oh my god.
Nana!
Oh my god. I got it all on video, dude. Oh my god.
The lights are swaying.
This was a very severe event. Violent shaking. Debris falls from the ceiling. Terrified people dive under desks.
Okay. You're okay.
This video from a TV reporter inside a 6th floor office of the Nesbitt Courthouse in downtown Anchorage shows the earthquake lasted several seconds. Inside this home, a horrified mother grabs her children. She heads toward the door, then hugs them. A passenger in this vehicle took this video of an off-ramp that collapsed. An SUV stuck in the middle of the damage. The earthquake, which measured 7.0, struck at about 8:30 a.m. local time, causing significant damage to homes, buildings, and other infrastructure across Anchorage.
Good day. We're coming on the air to update you on a major earthquake that has rocked central Mexico, a 7.1 magnitude quake that has caused some buildings to collapse in and around Mexico City. The quake itself centered about 75 miles southeast of Mexico City. There are active searches going on right now for those trapped. There is a rising death toll. We'll just leave it to say right now in the dozens of reported dead.
Sanitation officials say at least 29 people are dead after a major earthquake hit the island this morning. The quake's epicenter was far enough from the capital city of Port-au-Prince that the country may avoid the kind of devastation that we saw from an earthquake that hit the area in 2010. But the nation is still feeling aftershocks now, and the damage is significant.
Aftershocks could shake Victoria for weeks to come after a record-breaking earthquake rocked the state this morning. Buildings crumbled and babies were snatched from their cribs in our biggest tremor since European settlement. Laura Turner reports.
A rude awakening, so powerful it shook the earth.
Oh my God.
The magnitude 5.9 quake taking a wall to the ground at Betty's Burgers on Chapel Street.
Oh, this is
And inside homes, pure panic. The quake shaking the shelves in a Campbellfield chemist and the 3AW studio in Docklands.
Have we just had an earth tremor?
The building shaking live on air.
Jesus, this is quite disturbing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Turkey has been struck by a powerful earthquake off its Aegean coast, causing buildings to collapse in the coastal city of Izmir. The quake's epicenter was north of the Greek island of Samos, with the US Geological Survey putting it at a magnitude of 7.0. The tremors were felt as far away as Athens and Istanbul.
A powerful earthquake has struck northeastern Japan, injuring more than 130 people and leaving some 860,000 homes without power. Experts believe the quake was an aftershock from a massive tremor that hit the region 10 years ago.
Woken up with a jolt. A strong overnight quake as it hit northeastern Japan off the coast of Fukushima. The initial quake was followed by a series of aftershocks.
Welcome back. Going in depth tonight to the story we've been following this week. 3 additional earthquakes were confirmed in the Midlands. 10 quakes have rocked South Carolina in just over a week. This is a mystery that has a lot of people stumped. Tonight, we're asking geologists what this means.
A magnitude 6.2 earthquake has struck about 219 kilometers, 136.1 miles west-northwest of Pangai, Tonga, on Thursday, the United States Geological Survey, USGS, said. The earthquake was at a depth of 14.5 kilometers. The USGS has issued a green alert for shaking-related fatalities and economic losses.
We are staying on top of breaking news right now in Puerto Rico, where another major earthquake has hit. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake hit the island overnight. And because this happened in the middle of the night, we are still waiting to hear about the extent of the damage or possible injuries. We do know that a lot of people don't have power there right now. In fact, our Fox News national team reports the entire island has lost power. And I'm communicating with someone on Facebook who is there now who says that the island is still without power. Now, this latest quake follows a 5.8 magnitude quake that led to homes collapsing yesterday morning. There were also reports of landslides yesterday. Again, I am communicating with someone on Facebook who says as this was happening, it was just horrible. Their homes were shaking, their roofs were crumbling, and their doors were shaking. Just an awful situation to go through. They said it sounded like a train was blowing through that area. Now, we are working to get more details on the extent of the damage. You are seeing some photos here on your screen. We're also working to get details about the extent of any injuries, if there are any injuries, or any possible deaths as well. So stay with us here on Fox 4 Morning News.
A divine symbol has appeared in Puerto Rico following the earthquakes that have devastated much of the island. Tonight, in the final piece of our 5-part series covering the earthquake recovery efforts, many in one town are saying God is certainly with them during the disaster. WFMZ's Jim Vassell is in our Burke studio tonight with that story. Jim?
Yeah, Rob, the word faith in Spanish is fe, and Puerto Rico is an island of faith. Most of the people who live there are followers of Christ, and tonight we will show you the sign that people there say affirms their faith even in tragedy. Days after the celebration of Christ's birth, a historic church in Puerto Rico claimed by disaster. Built in 1841, this is what remains of the Immaculate Conception Roman Catholic Church in Guayanilla.
My kids were all baptized there, and my daughter was married there.
On January 6th, Jimmy Maggicotti was in his usual morning spot outside the church playing dominoes with the boys when a 5.8 magnitude earthquake rocked the area. Brick by brick, Maggicotti saw his church come down.
As soon as it cracked, then the sides come down. Imagine if we were inside, it would have been something terrible, because where it collapsed, that's where I used to sit.
Local officials say the church can't be saved.
Everybody, the women were crying and hollering.
But a few miles away in the mountains of Guayanilla is what many in the town consider to be a sign from God. Fe, the Spanish word for faith, appears carved in the mountainside. Local officials say the earthquakes caused rocks and dirt to slide down the mountain, and in this prominent spot appears the divine signifier that a higher power is watching over them.
It's one of the best things that we have. We have faith in God, and we think that everything's going to be completely okay.
Ever thought that the world has kind of lost its way? Crazy as it seems, yeah, I know it's gonna be okay. Ooh, yeah, it doesn't scare me, it's temporary. There's something better we got forever. don't you give up.